remaining hostages' bodies. With me in the studio is Mohamed Taha from BBC Arabic. Good morning to you, Mohamed. So just tell us more about reaction that you've been hearing about and seeing.
The celebrations of the Palestinians in Gaza didn't last long until the Israeli forces started to strike again into Gaza, leaving at least 30 people died overnight. That's making the numbers of people who died in Gaza as 80 people so far. And unfortunately, there is lots of anticipation in Gaza that these strikes might continue for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, until the deal go into effect and the ceasefire go into effect, hopefully in the midnight on Saturday. So this is the atmosphere in Gaza, mix between joy and being cautious of what's going to happen in these 3 days. In Israel, there is that anticipation also between the families of the hostages as they are expecting their loved ones to come back. It's not clear who is going to be released when. It's not clear who is alive or not. There are many things are not clear at the moment. But what is being promoted in the right-wing media in Israel at the moment is this is not the end of the war, and the war could be restarted at any time. But it is a very big moment in the Middle East, and it is a relief to the people in Gaza and to the relief of the families of the hostages.
And I was just going to ask you about the expectation, because phase one comes into effect midnight Saturday, Sunday, as you mentioned. And in the midst of that phase, they discuss phase two, and that's where there is concern that this ceasefire may break down.
Indeed, this is what happened previously in November 2023, when they started to implement it, and in the second phase it collapsed. But there are many guarantors at the moment. On the top of them is the new President Donald Trump, who is really keen to make an end of this war. And also there are lots of other indications that this deal could be sustainable, because they talked already about full Israeli withdrawal from the inhabitant areas. You and me were talking a lot that this is a red line to Israel. They accepted that. Also the return of the people of Gaza from the south to the north, and the free movement, and also for the permanent ceasefire. All of these points agreed by Israel, agreed by Hamas, and we can see signs that this deal will hold.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mohamed Taha. Well, let's now bring in Yossi Beilin, who's former Minister of Justice of Israel and a leading figure in the 1990s Israeli-Palestinian peace process. Welcome to BBC News. What is your reaction to this deal and your anticipation of how successful it will be?
Well, of course, we are all very glad. It is long overdue. These people suffered so much, it is inconceivable. And releasing them from where they are being held is so important, and we so much waited for that moment. So this is the general feeling, and this is my feeling, of course. The point is what will happen once we begin to negotiate about the second phase of the agreement. Because, it is not an agreement between two states, as it happened in the past, and in which we have a ceasefire, and both sides have to eventually implement it, and perhaps go further towards peace or very long armistice. It is an agreement between Israel and indirectly a terrorist organization, which should not remain there governing Gaza, among other reasons, because the world will not help in reconstructing Gaza as long as Hamas is governing this place.